great to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Man, I'm really happy to be here tonight. Take my blood pressure, please. Is anyone here from the towers? I wouldn't admit that either. So I walked into a bar today, and the bartender says, "Why are you so blue?" I just drove down from Beaumont, and boy, is my car a piece of shit. Yeah, I go to bars a lot. Well, one time I was in a bar, and a 16-legged horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why so many legs?" I love golf. I love playing golf. About a week ago, I was playing me and this one guy, and it started to get kind of stormy. Some clouds coming up on the horizon, a little lightning. So he grabs the longest club out of his bag, goes to the top of the highest hill, sticks the metal shafted club straight up in the air, and holds it. I'm like, "Man, what are you doing? You got a death warrant over here." He's like, "Don't worry. Not even God can hit a 1-iron. Life is life." No, seriously, life is rough. About a year ago, my girlfriend at the time was in a real bad car accident, and she was in a coma. And after about a week of being in a coma, I was at the hospital, standing by her side, and doctor pulled me aside and said, "Tim, if you give her oral sex, she's 30% more likely to come out of the coma within a week." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the instruments, all the vital monitoring stuff, and take that out in the hallway, and you do your thing." So we took the stuff out there, and after about 30 seconds, he starts running in. He's like, "She's flatlining. What did you do? You killed her." And I was like, "Well, she choked twice and stopped breathing." Good night, guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to tip your waitresses.
It's the Coogie, the world's first and only bi-weekly late-night sketch variety talk show, coming to you live today from the University of Houston. Tonight's guests are Rosie Hixon, Jon Quintinilla, Asylum Street Spankers, and with us as always, your co-host, Tim Everett, and here with the rest of the show, Grant Carr!
Well, welcome back. This is the last Coogie episode of the season, and we're also going to summer vacation. It's all the same. Hey! No, we're going into school year's winding down. Summer's coming up.
Oh yeah, man. The finals are busting my ass right now, man. I'll tell you that.
So we're having I guess we're sort of having like an alcohol-themed show to get ready for summer.
We didn't plan it that way. It just kind of
happens. It always just kind of happens. What are you drinking over there, Tim?
This is a Jack Nicklaus. It's gonna be Glenlivet's or any other single malt whiskey, Scotch whiskey, and apple juice.
Did you make that one up, or is that a real drink?
No, I didn't make it up. I've heard it around.
Now, is Glenlivet your favorite single malt?
No. I'd have to say that Macallan 18.
That's a pricey shot there, isn't it?
Well, I mean, at my restaurant, it's $12 a drink, which is reasonable in my opinion.
Now, if I remember correctly, we went to Davenport on Richmond, give us free drinks.
Yes.
Just plugged them.
Richmond and Shepherd.
Richmond and Shepherd.
Okay.
It's the best martinis in the city. It's pretty good, but
they're cold and wet.
So tell us about your shot.
Oh yeah, I get in there and I felt like a Scotch, so I ordered a
like a real man.
Yeah, I mean, so I started off with a Scotch cut with a little bit of soda on the rocks. Macallan 18. It's good because they fermented in a old sherry casket, so it's got like a real sweet, oaky. It's beautiful.
Is that what they tell you?
No, it is. You can taste it. You taste the difference between this and Macallan, whatever.
Right.
I get in there, order one, and then I started drinking beer and wine and stuff like that. Turns out that one shot of Macallan 18 is $27.50. And
is that within your budget?
My friend Eric comes out to me. He's like, "Look at this, 55-year-old Scotch, $135 a shot." And I was like, damn. And I look at the next one above it, Macallan 18, 27.50. I'm like, but it's all right. I'm glad I wasn't drinking all those. I'm drinking those all night, so.
That's why we always go to the $2 well at T-Bone Tom's and Kima.
Was it Thursday nights they have the Red Bull and vodka?
No, well, we get there and there's no one there, first of all. We thought the place was closed. They had some backdoor patio. So like about 4 people there, and we get there, and this guy, the bartender, I don't know if we ever decided if he was a chop or a...
No, Spaz.
Spaz. He
did a good job. I mean, he was hustling, but he was just kind of like...
We first we get there, and we get these 2 drinks, and he comes over, and I said, I heard a rumor you can get $2 Red Bull and vodkas, and usually most places don't do that because the Red Bulls are too expensive, but
right.
He says, oh, no, man. No, we can't. No, I don't think so. So then he goes, oh, wait. All right. Get the vodka for $2, and I can charge you regular price on the Red Bull, which is $3.50. That's plus, and she can get a vodka, and that's total $7.50. 2 for $7.50. I'm just like, so these are $2 a piece, right? Yeah. We'll just have 2 more of these. He's like, all right. He goes, do you mind if we reuse these glasses?
I did see him say that.
But they're plastic cups, mind you.
They were.
Anyways.
Man, the overhead he's saving on that deal right there.
I know. Well, he was by himself. He's probably just trying to save money.
I'd never seen him. He was usually just like a busboy. He was tending bar that night, so
he was balling, man.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he made some good money for that place.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so I thought we had a good show.
No, we do have a good show.
We have an excellent show. An excellent show.
We do have an excellent show.
We have an interview with the Asylum Street Spankers.
Good.
And our student body president, Jon Quintinilla, is going to be on.
Excellent.
It's a good thing. We've been trying to get him for a while, and finally we got him, so this will be excellent. Give the U of H students a chance to get to know him.
Because they probably know the name, they just don't know you can't put a face to the name yet.
They see his name in the paper, they read a lot about him, but now we get to meet the guy. So
behind the guy.
The guy, the guy who
is the guy.
The guy who is the guy.
Right. Okay.
Maybe he's the guy behind the guy, or the guy behind the university. We'll
bring it down from the inside, you know.
Mm-hmm. We'll sort this out when it comes out. But coming up, we have a clip of the Asylum Street Spankers, so enjoy. And when we come back, we'll have Jon Quintinilla, and hopefully I said his name right.
This is a song that fuses 2 musical styles that most people think have very little in common, but I personally think are very closely related. And those 2 styles would be country and western murder ballads and gangster rap. So this is a tune called Hick Hop. Pocket watch, chickens running in the tube while I sit to get a cool drink bubbling from the way, yo, hey, yo. Well, howdy there, stranger from around these parts. Get your car parked over in my pasture, you bastard. Move that sucker for I tow it with my pick 'em up, stick 'em up. Nobody moving unless they want to eat lead. I'll drill you a new one, dead, you're right, baby, better off. Listen to the honky-tonk, better than the cement. Insurance rattling up my glove box, 44 Colt for the Smith & Wesson oil. In my dry hole, soldier, the carpetbagger swagger, and drunker than a junkyard, monkey butters churning, and turning like a motor in my vehicle, trucking down the road. See ya! I said, hi, old Silver, oh! I said, hi, old Silver, oh! Well, the next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. Come on back and talk to Teddy Bear. Hell yeah! I got my pedal to the middle on the floor, my 4-wheel drive. I'm sliding down the highway, cranking up the George Jones. You know, the race is on and on, passing on the right. Greater in my heart. Don't forget to shake your booty while you dance in the 2-step. Come on and give me 3 steps. Hey, play some Skinner, man. Yeah, boys, shoot fire from my gun ride. Oh, drop tall, boy. Cold in my koozie while I'm sitting in a high gear. Feeling that sweet skin sour. Screams out hollers like a pig on the pole. I ain't joking, biznats, 'cause I'm flying with me you need a ride. I said, hi-ho, Silver. I said, hi-ho, Silver. Well, the next thing you know, old Jet's a millionaire. Come on back and talk to Teddy Bear. I said, hi-ho, Silver. I said, ho, Silver. Well, the next thing you know, old Jet's a millionaire. Get your ass back in the truck. Kick it! Well, I'll cut me a switch cause I'm coming unhitched. I don't give a damn cause my cracker ass is itching and my trigger finger's twitching. So get your ass in the kitchen and quit your yelling about rebellion and cut me an onion, a glass onion. Cause I'm about to start going helter-skelter. Hang on a second, let me get my boots off and then we'll work on your rocks, sugar darling. Cause we're hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock. 10-4, little beaver, we're gonna back on out of here and get ourselves a barley pop. Yee-haw. I said, hi-ho, Silver. I said, hi-ho, Silver. Well, the next thing you know, old Jet's a millionaire. I said, hi-ho, Silver. I said, ho, Silver. Well, the next thing you know, old Jet's a millionaire. I said, hi-ho, Silver. Hot and hot and hot, hi-ho, Silver. Next thing you know, Jet's a millionaire. I said, hi-ho, Silver. And whoa, trigger. Man, I got a damn good idea. Play some more Skinnerd, man. All right, turn it up now. In Birmingham, they love the governor.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll be interviewing them later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. But right now I'm here with Jon Quintinilla, our student body president. So how are you doing today?
Not bad, actually. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
No problem. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in student government, and what made you come to the University of Houston?
Yeah, well, I transferred here from, I did a dual program between the University of Texas and the Austin Community College. I transferred here approximately 2 years ago. Went to the financial aid office and had a horrible time there.
Most people do.
So I hear. Yeah. And wrote a letter to the president of the university. At that time, it was Art Smith. He referred me to the Student Government Association. I went to them. I didn't really feel like I was helped to the extent I wished I would have been, and I got involved. So, yeah.
Well, a lot of people know it's been kind of a long struggle to get to where you are today. You previously were the vice president, sort of acting as president. But now you got elected and fairly strong voting. Was it a fairly strong lead in this election, wasn't it?
Yeah, we won. You had to maintain a majority vote, and so we had 3 candidates. I maintained the majority.
Cool.
That's pretty good with 3 candidates.
Yeah, I thought, we weren't sure because we thought that the 2 underdogs would take enough votes out of the way where we'd have to at least go into a runoff, but we didn't
It's
have
like
to do
naders pulling away votes
Exactly.
from the Democrats. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, what are the big plans for this upcoming school year, and what are we looking for? What's going to happen with student government?
Sure. Right now, after this past year, actually, we had a huge fee increase. And when I say huge, relative to other universities, it's not that bad, but relative to this university and how frequently we've had fee increases, it is a pretty big step up. So next year, when we go into discussions again about fee increases, we want to make sure that students are being spoken with. Right now, a lot of students don't realize the full extent of which your fees have gone up, but when you receive that fee bill in the mail, we'll get sticker shock after they see that price. But what's happened is the Texas legislature has decided to give every university the opportunity to decide how much fees are going to go up. And so the University of Houston has done a modest increase in the past, and they'll keep increasing as we go further and further into the school years. So the major priority is to make sure that students are involved in the fee discussions. Second priority is to make sure that we have more food options on campus. You have one food vendor, and that food vendor is Chartwell's, and it's very difficult to negotiate any type of other third parties coming into this university.
around the office, we like to say that Chartwell's is the devil.
The devil.
They're very, like you said, limited food options, and a lot of people.
They do the Kim Son, right?
They do, yes.
Everything on campus, and there's even regulations that keep people from wanting to have like barbecues and stuff where they charge, and
Right.
they can't do that because of Chartwell's contract and everything else. But so here's what I want.
Sure.
If you could get a Whataburger on campus, you would be the hero for all.
24-hour.
A 24-hour
Yeah,
has to
Whataburger,
be. Has to
or
be.
even a Jack in the Box, even though that might not help the health of the students on here, but
Sure.
we'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is that even a possibility, or is it too much red tape to even pull something like that?
Well, right. The Chartwell's contract expires in 2008. So what we're doing at this time is we're putting together a group of students to figure out what we want to happen after 2008. Because if we don't have a plan ready, Chartwell's can come back in and say, all right, well, you guys aren't really prepared to do anything else. We'll go ahead and stay around a little bit longer. So we're trying to change the food options in the UC Center, the University Center. But to get a 24-hour food venue, it's going to take a lot of work. Someone actually asked if we could have a taco cabana. I don't know how you guys like that.
Taco C.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Most of the 24-hour establishments we've all eaten at
Yeah?
frequently,
Absolutely.
because we're up late studying.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
But so whenever you're not in the office working on student affairs, what do you like to do for fun?
Actually, I'm in a fraternity also, and a lot of people don't realize that, but I'm in a fraternity, so we have a house off OST in Wheeler, and stay over there. Otherwise, trying to go to class, I said you could try. You can either be a great president and a sorry student, a mediocre president and a mediocre student, or a great student and a sorry president. And none of those options are the best, but I try to be the great president and a sorry student. And I guess I don't try, but that's really what I've
That's
become.
what it turns out to be.
Yeah, so I'm lucky to make the class twice a week. So class is really, like right now, I have 3 finals. I haven't studied for any of them. So as soon as I get out of here, I'm going.
What is your major?
I'm a political science major and a sociology minor.
Is that what you want to do later on in life? Do politics or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's really kind of the hand that's been dealt to me. But I'm also interested in teaching. So maybe in the high school or college level.
Well, there's a giant teacher shortage, so I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Yeah, we met with the president last week, and what he said is, the University of Houston churns out, I think it was approximately 400 students, teachers every year. The College of Education does, and the city of Houston needs in excess of 10,000 students to come in and replenish their teacher load every year. So we need to really try and get more education majors out there and try and having the city become dependent on the university itself.
I know the university gives a lot of benefits for people going through with the teaching degree,
Right.
Cuts and things on their fees.
One of the College of Education is one of the few colleges that received no increases in fees this year because we're trying to advocate for more students to get in there and become professional teachers.
Well, I had a good question.
Sure.
Which, yeah, I had a good question too, but.
Well, anyways, I don't know if you know, how closely does student program board work with the student government?
Actually, they're next door. We don't do a lot of work together, but we attend some of their events sometimes.
I just recently got the position, the president of Channel 6, so
Okay.
I'm hoping that we can build a partnership with all the
Sure.
organizations, because I think that's a big problem at U of H. A lot of people, they tend to stay to themselves and they don't work together, but
Yeah.
I see a lot of improvements, just everyone working together and build the university's name up, because it's, as I see it, it's one of the most underrated universities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have this perception, though, we're the third option, meaning that you attempt to try other universities essentially first, and then you come here by default. I think that perception is starting to change. When I first came to this university, a lot of students had a negative opinion or a negative feeling towards a lot of the administration and what's been going on. But with the new president here, we have the provost is going to stick around a little bit longer. A lot of receptive administrators here, and they're really out to try and bat for the student. And I know that sounds kind of contradictory because their positions, requires that they look out for the betterment of the university system as a whole. But they really are good people. And one of the good things about being reelected is that I've worked with 2 years with a lot of these same people. This year, it's just icing on the cake, trying to get what we need. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but one of the things we just accomplished, hotel restaurant management students were assessed a $400 fee at the beginning, approximately 3 weeks ago. what we did is we talked to their dean. Their dean says, yeah, sorry, I really can't do anything about it. It sucks there was a computer glitch. All these students have to pay for this fee. So went to talk to his boss, which is the provost. Provost says, it sucks. I don't think students should have to pay this fee. Went to talk to the president of the university. Next week, the $400 fee was erased, and there was a few students that still had to pay the fee, but they're going to be pushed back until fall of next semester, so their financial aid can take care of it. And it was also reduced to $130. So, I mean, the power of the student government is there. I mean, we have the power, and really it's what you make of it. Trying to get students involved is hard at times, but we have a lot of passion within the organization, and you can definitely see this year there's going to be a lot of changes, and we won't be so complacent with some of the students' feedback that we're getting. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of improvement in store this year.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they take a negative experience and they attribute that to their entire experience.
Sure.
Like if they have to wait in line at financial aid, they'll say, oh, this university sucks, I had to wait in line balls. And then but they don't realize that the quality of teachers that are here and almost all the programs are nationally ranked that they don't even know about, and they just still judge their college experience on waiting in a line. But
Sure. And that's why this year what we're pushing for is an online financial aid system, meaning you submit forms, you speak with people that are at computers. And I know kind of people like that personal touch when you're going there and speaking with someone, but apparently they've had that for too long, and the people that are actually in the office really have created a negative connotation with the whole system when it comes to financial aid.
I'd rather have an efficient touch than a personal, to be honest with you. Personal is nice, but if you can get it done other ways, I'll go for that.
I think it's time, it's time to do something different.
All right, well, I'd like to thank you for being on the show.
Sure, thank you very much for having me.
All right.
And thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Jon Quintinilla is your student body president, so if you see him, say hi. And now we're going to a clip of the Asylum Street Spankers, and after we'll be back.
Mars, and I play some instruments and sing.
My name's Whammo, and I do the same.
I'm Scott Marcus, and I play drums.
Okay, thank you. I guess we just do a little history, like, where did the name originate from? You get that all the time.
We hate that fucking question.
Okay, let's try the next one.
Let Scott answer it.
Yes,
Scott, where did the band get its name?
I'll take it. See, once upon a time, this stretch of street in Austin, now called Guadalupe, was referred to as Asylum Street because that's where the insane asylum was. And a spanker is an old jazz term for someone who plays an acoustic instrument with verve and zest and vigor and all those other words.
very good.
We agree.
Sounds good. Let's see. Does it make it difficult having a constant turnover of band members, or does it just help the band to grow and diversify? Like
Both.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a good thing when someone leaves, and sometimes it's a bad thing when someone leaves. So, and it always changes the band, of course. So we have to adapt. We end up learning new songs, and so it's a good thing. But it's a pain in the ass because you have to re-rehearse all the old tunes.
Let's see. Do you think the band would continue if Christina and Whammo both left?
No.
No.
Definitely. I mean, no comment.
Who originated, started the band? Was it Christina and Whammo, Guy?
Actually, it was me and Guy. Guy and I started it, but she was at the very first rehearsal. He called her when we decided to do a jug band, and so she's just as original as I am.
Okay. What about the idea of, is that the original concept, performing without demon electricity? Is that the original concept of the band, or did it just kind of?
I don't know. I was told to show up, and I'd never been in a band before. I didn't know anything about microphones or PAs stuff or anything like that. But apparently someone was in charge of bringing a PA and did not. So we ended up playing anyway. And it worked.
It was fun.
And do y'all always perform songs live, like before you record them, just to gauge like audience reaction?
No.
Not always.
Because I know there's a lot of ones you
Always.
record and you never, or you play live and you never record it until like it gains popularity.
Well, there's some that we've recorded and never performed live.
Right. And
So that means there's a bunch of B-sides floating out there.
well, Spanker Madness, all of Spanker Madness almost was recorded first, and then we began to perform it.
Okay. Speaking of Spanker Madness, like how big of a role do drugs play in the songwriting, and have y'all received any criticism for your advocacy?
No, in fact, we won an award from Normal for Band of the Year.
I was Artist of the Year.
Yeah. So we received nothing but applause and acclaim for our hearty endorsement of all things green.
And let's see, do you ever plan to re-release the first album? I've noticed like on the re-release of Spanks for the Memories and Mercurial, you redid some of the songs from I think it was the very first album.
Live, the first live record.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually a cassette to start out with, and then it became a CD.
The CD now, it's been out of print for years.
Yeah, 'cause it's
And
impossible.
I noticed on Amazon the other day that there were 2 used copies, each selling for $100.
Man, I might sell mine.
I know, I was like, wow, I could use
I have one.
$100. But
We should bootleg it is what we should do. We should bootleg our own album, that's all.
I don't know, we never really had any plans to re-release live, so we did recut a couple tunes that were on it for Mercurial.
Okay. I was talking to John last time I saw y'all at the Red Years. Is there like, what are the big plans for is it the 10th anniversary, or is it 15th? I think it's
10th.
just 10th.
10th.
This year.
Yeah, in August. I think
Next
you
month
said.
is
Next
our...
month.
Oh, next month. Okay.
But the gig will be in August.
Okay. Are there big plans or?
Well, we'd like to get as many ex-Spankers as we can up on the stage, throughout the course of the evening. Might be kind of difficult to do because musicians, they've got other gigs, they're out of town, whatever, but we'd like to do that, and we'd like to put out a live anthology too, some live recordings that we have over the years.
Do you have any comments or feelings on internet trading of your music?
I don't mind it.
It doesn't really bother me, I think it's a really great way for people to get turned on to your music, and hopefully they can go buy the CD.
Yeah.
I think if you're downloading everything you listen to and you're making just burning copies and you're never buying music, that's kind of lame. That's what he does.
That's not true. I bought 3 CDs this week, damn it.
Well,
God, I'm going to call you out now on stuff
hey,
you do.
dude, oh, come on. You go over to somebody's house and it's like,
terrible.
what CDs do you have? Oh, I'm going to burn this and this and this and this and this and this.
Sure.
Oh
But I mean, I
my.
still buy stuff.
But yeah, if you find something that you like and you've downloaded a couple free MP3s, support the artist. Go buy the CD.
If I did that, I would end up buying the whole CD because I like the whole package, the artwork and everything.
Yeah.
Are
y'all still friends with most of the original members, like Guy and Pops?
We're friends with some of them, and we're not friends with others. It's just the way things go in relationships.
Bear versus Bull, like in a fight head to head, who would actually win?
Bear versus bull?
Yes.
Bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I don't think that's a given.
Well,
I
it
don't
depends.
know.
If it's a koala bear, no.
How the European tour? How's that coming?
It's looking pretty good. Yeah.
Did you go all over Europe? Or
No, I wish we were. We're just going back to Denmark, the Netherlands, Belgium, and the UK.
Do you have a good way to describe the music? Because always when I try to describe to people, I always have difficulty. Like, what kind of music is it?
The best thing to do is show them our DVD.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. People always ask us, how do you describe it? I think because they can't really figure out how to do it themselves, but we don't know either.
Wow, that was great. Those guys were a lot of fun. Well, we're here closing the show up, and we're here with Rosie Hixon, our friend from New
Rosemary.
Zealand.
Rosemary.
What was the song you were singing earlier?
Rosemary, Sage, and Thyme. And salt and pepper to taste.
There you go. But that's not her. That's not her full name. Or, you can just call her Rosie for short. Like I said, she's from New Zealand, and we've been getting to know her in the past couple weeks. And she's been teaching us some terms that we're not familiar with. Things they say in New Zealand that we don't say here, because New Zealand's a long way away from America, and they speak English, but they just say it a little different. Give us a good example.
Well, I guess we call French fries chips.
Is that
and some people find that
Y'all just stole
hard
that
to
from the
believe.
British. Come on.
Well, we can't help it.
Why can't you help it?
Because they were colonized by them.
Yeah. All my relations are British, except for my father.
I'm sorry. I'm Irish. We're the drunks in the trash of the world, so it's all right.
Well, we'll get along because I'm part Irish too.
Really?
Well, that's the red hair and the.
Tim, that's stereotyping, first of all. All right, and it's that kind of attitude that keeps all these
I'm
races
promoting
world
discrimination
hatred
and racism throughout the global community.
Right. So what are you doing in America? Just having fun or what?
I'm working, and I'm actually going home next month to study at university, but I haven't decided
Auckland?
what I'm going to do. No, Wellington.
Wellington, the capital, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I understand New Zealand's been getting a lot of press recently with the Lord of the Rings being filmed there, and
That's right.
Yeah.
you know, and it's right after they really needed it, because right after Xena started fading in popularity, tourism I understand went really bad, and then Lord of the Rings comes out and everyone just celebrates.
I mean, from what I've seen, it's a
raking
beautiful
into-
country, and you've got
It
a lot
is,
of
definitely.
you've got mountains and valleys and forests and deserts. No, you have a lot. I mean, in a relatively small area of land, you have a lot of different.
Yeah, well, like basically.
Shut the hell up!
Everything you see on The Lord of the Rings is, it's real.
It's all CG. Well, here in Houston, we have
Smog.
freeways and
A lot of fat
overpasses. Smog makes
about
the
it.
most beautiful sunsets.
No,
I
it
really
does.
have to argue that. Like all the chemicals in the air, like the sun just comes through and it's beautiful. And we have beautiful beaches.
Yeah, I went to the beach the other day.
How many dead fish brushed
How
against
much
you?
glass did you get stuck in your foot?
Actually, none. I was very careful about that.
We found
I've heard horror stories.
Oh man, it's horrible.
on prom weekend, we found a heroin needle on the beach.
Oh my god. I don't doubt that.
It was still good. Don't worry about it.
Had about a 20 left in it.
Oh, that's awful. I'm just joking, Mom. I didn't go to prom.
That's something I miss is the beaches, because I live 10 minutes from the beach.
Do you
It's
surf?
real nice.
Or is that stereotyping?
There are no waves at that beach.
Lame.
It's
There's no
just-
waves at our beach either.
Hurricane.
That's actually the big surf season, hurricane season. People
Well,
come
winter
out
season,
and
yeah.
kill themselves in the riptide. But
cool.
gotta die for your sport, man.
Yeah.
Live by the board, die by the board. That's what they say, I think.
Life is surfing life.
So explain the New Zealand Australia animosity. What's going on with that?
It's mainly to do with sport and the fact that they're bigger than us, and we can't do anything about it.
Is it any sport Americans care about?
No. Wicket, cricket, and rugby. Right?
What's wicket?
I don't know.
That's an Ewok. Tim, that's an Ewok, not a sport.
Okay. Was that the name of an Ewok?
Yeah,
Alright.
wicket.
Well,
right? Right? Yeah.
It's because of the rugby.
That's it. There's no long-standing colonization.
Not that I know
feud.
of. Maybe they're just jealous of us because they're all, convicts and we're not.
And
We're pure.
It-
But
It's horrible.
is that what New Zealand was? All the prison wardens lived in New Zealand, and they just shoved all the prisoners over there to die in the desert, and they live fat in the plush mountains of New Zealand.
no, not quite like that. But
I don't read much history. I'm just making things
well,
up.
I don't know much about the history of New Zealand, so even though we were made to do it every single year at primary school.
Well, that's why we have you on the show, actually. But
I can tell you about the school system. It's very different.
different bad, different good.
I don't
Y'all
know.
actually
I think
learn
it's
things
good.
because we don't learn shit
Yeah,
in
I
schools.
Well, we start school when we're 5. I suppose you guys start kindergarten.
Actually, I started when I was 3, but
I mean, I was
private school.
pretty
My
advanced.
parents
I was a
loved
pretty
me.
advanced learner. I was wiping my ass at 3 and riding a bike at 2 and not
Doing heroin at 14.
Yeah. Well, you got to get started somewhere. But anyways, all right. Well, thanks for filling time on the show. We enjoyed
My
having
pleasure.
you. No, it was fun. And now it's time we say goodbye. I don't know the rest of the Mickey Mouse song.
Single two.
Anyways, well, thanks for watching this semester, everyone, and hope you enjoyed it. And maybe we might have a marathon of all these shows someday.
And a DVD you could buy.
And a DVD for $29.95, director's cut, and I'll autograph it.
Running audio commentary.
Yeah, running audio commentary, which you won't.
In this scene, we were really trying to explore the studio space.
We're really trying to fill time, to really fill out that 30-minute time slot. Getting the good guests.
22 minutes with commercials.
We're all funded without commercials. We have no money, and that's why our shows are fun. So.
So fun this episode.
Are you?
Yeah. Sorry, I just hit the button.
It's that New Zealand wit. It's that very dry humor.
Just say
they get that from the
opposite of what you mean.
They get that from the British.
You're a really great guy, Tim. Your show is really funny.
I've never heard that. But anyways, like I said, we're done, and we can roll credits.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everyone, give him a Coogie. You know what this is? Give the Coogie.
Makes you flaccid, DMT too rich for me. Heroin aquarium, a nice pine box to bury in. Marijuana makes me wanna eat candy and eat banana with her hair bleached by peroxide, huffing on some nitrous oxide. Well, I've tried them all, and it might sound queer, but my favorite drug is a nice cold bear. Bear, 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 bear.